artists. Today we are going to start our Keith Haring inspired printmaking project. And we're going to be creating a figure that looks like it's in motion. And also add different elements and designs to that picture to kind of tell a story. And as you can tell, my character is just trucking along, creating art with their paintbrush and getting paint everywhere, but loving it in the process. So we're going to learn how to create Keith Haring figures and how we're going to do this printmaking project. So what we're going to do is we're actually going to start practicing in our sketchbook today. And we went over Keith Haring and we looked at some of his images and got some inspiration. So I want you to open to a clean page. So right now I'm going to teach you how to make those characters. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to think. Now I can either use a friend to help pose for something or just use my imagination, but it's simple. We're just going to start with a simple stick figure. So let's actually start with drawing a regular stick figure. So I have a circle, a line, we can make a cross right there for his arms, and then like an upside down V for a stick figure. So any way that we're going to do this, we're going to add a stick figure. And what I like to do is add little feet to the stick figure and little hands. So you should have that. When you have a stick figure, give me a thumb up. So what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to draw around the stick figure like a big bubble letter. Because that's what Keith Haring's little creatures and people are. They're big bubble letter people. So I'm just going to start at the neck and I'll make a line down, and I don't touch the stick figure. I go around it. I do not touch the stick figure. So it looks like he has a little skeleton inside of. And if I want to make the head bigger to make it match, I can make the head bigger. Now, the next step is I'm going to go and erase the stick figure inside. And there's my Keith Haring inspired little stick figure guy. And I'm just to show you, I'm gonna trace it in some Sharpie. So now he's just chilling, doing his thing, not really doing much. And I can't really tell if he's moving. Now, if I added some movement lines, like maybe lines like that, little straight lines, it looks like he's starting to do things, right? Maybe he's moving his arms up, right? And that shows that his elbows are moving. Now he looks like he's doing something. He actually looks like he's moving. If I add those little movement lines, okay? Let's do it again. Let's do a different figure this time. Let's do a figure that's legs are different than this, right? Because we did a regular way. Let's do it differently. And you can do whatever you want. Remember, we looked at different examples. We could go back and look at other examples. But yeah, let's start with a little stick figure, this little body, and maybe this time my stick figure's arms are down. Maybe one is up. Maybe he's walking, so he's got one leg going this way and one leg going that way, like he's dancing. I'm changing my stick figure up this time. And then I'm gonna go ahead and bubble letter around him. I can add those feet. Don't forget his little feet. And then I erase the inside. Now, how can I add different lines? So I can maybe add it to make it look like there's lines on his knee, showing that he's moving. Maybe he's showing that his arm is moving up. Maybe his head's moving back. So now that I'm giving him these lines, it's showing that movement. He's moving. He's in action. So now I'm going to do one more, and then I'm going to decide, unless you think you're ready, I'm going to decide which one I want. So I have to think about something that I want to put in my picture, and I did something art related. You could do something art related. You can do something music related. I've seen ones that are on a skateboard and they're skating around. So you're going to be the artist and make that artistic decision on what you want them to do. So my guy, I will make this one look like he's on that skateboard and he's just skating along. Maybe I can make a little skateboard. Skating along on a skateboard. And obviously I would have lines behind the skateboard so that it looks like he's in movement. Okay. All right, now that he's done, I'm going to decide what I want and which one I want to do for my final paper. So I'm going to give you a blank sheet of paper. And that's our next step. For the remainder of class, we are going to decide what we're going to do on our blank sheet of paper. So this is how big your print is going to be. So we're going to decide, we're going to make him pretty big, what we want him to do. And you can turn it this way, or you can make it tall this way. And I'm going to keep mine pretty tall. So I'm going to start drawing my figure just like I've been drawing it. And I decided I'm going to do this one. I'm gonna make it look like he's running around. I want you to start drawing on that white paper. Now that I have my character and he's done, I gotta figure out what else I want him to be in the picture. Maybe I want to fix his arm too. So what else what is he doing? Why is he so excited, running around? What is he doing? So I can make it like he's dancing. I can add different symbols in there. Now when I'm drawing something, I want to make it pretty big. because you're actually going to cut them out. And it's going to be a little difficult if you have small pieces to cut out, see? This guy stomping around painting. So it's going to be hard for you to make something super tiny, so you're going to want to make big things. So if I'm going to do, let's say I'll do a music note up here, and I'll do a circle and a little music note. I want it to be big because I have to cut this out. So I'm going to trace it like I did the other ones, and it has to be pretty big. And then I'll continue on, maybe making more music notes, make it look like that's what he's doing. Right now, you are deciding, is he playing a sports game? He or she? Are they riding their skateboard? Are they dancing around? My guy's listening to some music and dancing around. So I'll make it look like he's got lines, to make it look like he's moving around. Maybe even lines to make it look like he's singing. Those are things. So and I have some space, so I want to fill in my space and make about 4 different
Attention staff, someone that has a white BMW parked in the front parking lot, if you can come move your car, it's too close to the car next door and they can't get in. Thank you.
So now I need to add some different designs here. So I want to fill some things in. Maybe I love to sing. So I'm going to add a heart to show that that's something that I love. I can even radiate some lines here to show the love. Keith Haring did that a lot in his artwork. And let's see, I may... I'm gonna make a little swoosh line there. So that's it. I have 4 big shapes that I wanted to use. Big shapes, nothing too small. You're gonna cut them out. And I'm definitely going to want to fill in some lines here. Maybe make some more movement lines. Doing that because that's what music notes do. The lines obviously are just there. You don't have to cut those out, but I definitely want you to add some of those movement lines in there to show that there's movement happening. This is where we're going to finish today. If you don't finish this today, that's okay. We will finish it next week, and we are going to transfer it to our styrofoam plate, which we will then cut out and use for printing. If you are at home, you are going to be coloring this instead, and I'm going to show you how you can color this at home, okay? So I am going to show you that next week.